Sorry, guys, I got carried away. I'm trying to fix this. Got carried away looking at something. Let's see, we have 8 people in here, 6 thumbs up, and 3 people talking in the chat. I got Jovita, Tammy, and Mom in here. And they're that it's gonna dim like that. Why does it do that? I gotta figure out why that does that. That bothers me. Hey, Reba's in here, or now she's chatting. Yes, Reba got rain in Northwest Arkansas. We got a lot of rain last night and early this morning. Peggy, hello. Peggy says, and me. And there's the Grounds family farm. I don't know if it's Kevin or Kimberly or both. What's up, Patty? Dad just walked up to the door when he should be in the live stream. Paula, hello, Paula. Sharon, keep them coming. The Wild Huckleberry, thank you guys for stopping in. 18 people in here, 13 thumbs up. Could be neither. You never know. Then it's probably Kevin, or at least Kevin's there. Debbie, hey Debbie. Tammy says hello. Lori's mom, S. Gentry. At the top of the chat, I have pinned the link to the Okie Homesteading Expo website for you to go take a look at and possibly buy tickets, because they have a huge sale going on right now from today until the 31st of December. Hey, Kay Barnes. Kelly says hello, beautiful people. You guys smash the thumbs up as you're coming in. So yeah, huge sale. I don't remember what the price is on the tickets on this sale. Does anybody remember? I know I sent it to Kay Barnes. Do you remember what the price? Grounds may know. Wild Huckleberry be there volunteering, so they don't have to worry about it. Hello, Patricia. Okay, yeah, $35. I was thinking it might be $35, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. So right now there's a sale, $35 per ticket. The link is at the top of the chat. Go check that out. Yep, Ground says 35. So something I've noticed, there are a lot of people. Madonna, hello from was that say swimmer? Oh, last name Madonna Swimmer from Michigan. Hey, Madonna, welcome. So a lot of people don't know for some reason. I don't know why, but the Homesteading Expo, the Okie Homesteading Expo, is hosted by Sean and Brandy with Keeping It Dutch. And Brandy's got a channel. Hang on, give me a second. Keeping It Dutch. Count it all joy. So Keeping It Dutch, count it all joy. Brandy and Sean, they are one of the hosts of the expo. They've put this together along with Kevin and Rachel at Hidden Heights Farm. So there's a lot of people that go to this expo and have no idea who's putting it together. That is those two. If you don't know those channels, please go check them out. Like, again, it's Keeping It Dutch, Count It All Joy, and Hidden Heights Farm. And if one of you guys want to put those links, that would be great. But the Homesteading Expo website is pinned to the top of the chat for you to go buy tickets there. Yes, Kelly. I counted all. I don't know why I forgot that. But it's like me forgetting Kimberly's name too. Sorry about that. I was in a live stream and I asked if it was Grounds came in, Grounds Family Farm, and I asked, is it Kevin or, and I couldn't for anything remember Kimberly's name. And it was very embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. Kelly says it happens. Don't worry. Yeah, it happens. The older you get, the more it happens. That's what sucks about it. So again, Again, like I do on every live, there are affiliate links in the description below if you want to go check those out. If you see anything interesting, if you use those links, that means the affiliate link means that I get a commission if you make a purchase. But if not, that's cool too. So something, if you buy tickets, then no, they don't do refunds. If you buy, Tammy's asking if you buy tickets and you can't come, do they do refunds? They don't do refunds. Diane lied to me. You're in here. She said she wasn't going to be in here. I told her I needed a principal's note, and now she's in here. So there's probably something going on. So yeah, Kevin says, I'm assuming Kevin, because there's been kind of a smart mouth there, says no refunds. Yeah. So be sure you can come, or be sure you have somebody you can give the tickets to in case you can't come. Speaking of, that would make good Christmas gifts, the tickets to the expos. If that's something. Leaving early. Oh, Diane's leaving early. Okay. If you know somebody who's interested in that type of stuff, they would be awesome Christmas gifts. Lorie Carp, I don't think I said hi to you. Hey, Lorie. So, watching everybody come in. 33 in here, 22 thumbs up. So the other thing that I wanted to mention, if somebody wants to send me a Christmas gift of a ticket, I'll take it. Kelly wants a Christmas gift of a ticket. Kelly, $35 right now. And that's going to be cheaper than the travel. $35 a ticket is going to be cheaper unless you live just right there. If you have to stay in a hotel, $35. Yeah, that ain't nothing. But she said, okay, I can afford the ticket, but how about the airline ticket? See, yeah, that's the thing. There's a movie coming out called Homestead, Homesteading, something like that. Have you guys heard of that? Barry says raid. Living in Abundant Grace, Homestead. Hello, it's Sean. Mom is driving. So Sean's in the chat. Sean's my little ranch hand. Well, it wouldn't be ranch hand because I don't have a ranch, but he's my, I don't know, farm hand, I guess. I don't make any money, so I don't guess we could call it a farm either. He's my little helper. He's my little buddy. Tammy says no, but I don't watch TV. So I don't watch TV either. Have a farm hand, Kelly says. I have a TV in the house. It's not even plugged in. I want to change that one day and be able to watch YouTube on it. But it's a movie coming out, and I've seen the advertisements all over YouTube. I see them all the time. It's coming out, I believe, the 20th of this month. And I wonder how it will affect farmers and homesteaders, or if it would have an effect, and also wonder how it would affect homesteading, farming YouTube channels, like people looking up the movie, coming and finding, our channels, or just maybe it would cause a new interest in this lifestyle and drawing people in that way. Or I don't know much about the movie. It could turn people away from homesteading, farming, rural living. It could turn them off altogether. But buy the trailers. Now it's produced. Thank you, Jovita. It is produced by, I believe, Angel Studios. Is that the name of it? Which I think is a Christian. Y'all let me know. Do you know studio, what do I call it? Angel Studios is like a Christian thing. So I saw that it was rated PG because of I think there's going to be some violence and stuff like that. There's going to be some crazy stuff going on, but it's about just what I can gather from the trailers. It's about us going into war. Hey, Miss Southern Bell's in here. Raid from I can't read that. There's people coming in, I guess. I've got says remember I can read it with this on. 37 people, 24 thumbs up. KY Philly, sent by KY Philly. The crafty corner crafting with Katrina, I think is what that says. Joyful Steffies. Hi, LG. Rating you from Sherry's Live. Miss Bell sent me over. Well, that's cool. Colorado Celtic Diamond Art. Out and About with Dave and Daisy. Hello, Dave. Coloring books with... I cannot read some of these. Will Travel. Thank you guys for coming in. Anybody have any KY Philly Diamond Painting more? Hey, rating your live from my channel. Well, thank you. Hey, Ed, we were just talking about the expo and the sale that they have going on the tickets. A bunch of people just came in, so at the top of the chat is the link to the Okie Homesteading Expo. They've got a sale on their tickets right now through the 31st of December. So if you're looking to get some tickets, now's the time to do that. And then I was talking about the Homestead or Homesteading movie that's coming out on the 20th of December. Tell me I am not the only one seeing advertisements on that. So my understanding is like we get attacked. I don't know if it's in some trailers it looks like it may be nuclear, but a bunch of homesteaders get together and I get kind of form a like a compound or something to protect themselves, just like The Walking Dead, how they did at the jail and how they did at Herschel's place. Patricia says, yes, and it's Homestead by Angel Studios and will be shown December 20th. Thank you, Joyful. I think it's Steffi's. Miss Southern Belle, I couldn't remember your first name. Can you tell me again? I know I'm old. My name is Lorie. If you're talking to me. What does that say? Oh man, I gotta put on the glasses for this. I gotta see what that says. My Girl Waffles. That's what I thought it said. Steffi's, it is. Okay. Testing. What? Ed? We've got 42 people in here, 32 thumbs up. So I guess me and one of the other have heard about the movie. I'm seeing it all over YouTube when I'm watching other channels. The trailer, the commercial comes up for it. And it's not one that I want to go out and watch. And I don't like watching movies very, very much. Grounds, never heard of it. If it came on, if it was available like on YouTube, I would watch it. Don't know if I'd pay for it, but I don't enjoy going to movie theaters. I am not comfortable in movie theaters anymore. I have gone a couple of times in the last few years, but it's really not comfortable for me. I'm very um, paranoid, watchful of who's coming through the doors and everything, and so I can't even watch a movie. But in addition to that, I have a hard time watching movies. I have a hard time focusing. I have a hard time not seeing mistakes, and I just so. But I am interested in seeing whether this movie does well or not, and how it may affect us, um, homesteaders and farmers, and those on the YouTube channel. Same exact way, said Kelly. Um, just sit on the back. I do sit on the back row, but I still can't watch the movie. So I'm sitting there for 2 hours. I do watch, but I can't get lost into the movie just like people around me can. I do sit on the very back row, and on the side closest to the door if there's only one exit. And I really hate the ones with one exit. Kelly says, "Oh yeah," and you point out the mistakes. Hey, Cindy. Stars that way too. And Jovita spends her days off watching movies. I don't know. I can watch YouTube channel like the homesteading channels. I'm feeling overwhelmed with those right now because there's so many that I need to watch. But I can watch those. I can watch documentaries. I can watch the news all day long. But a movie, getting lost in a movie, I can't do that anymore. Ed says, Lorie, when you get a chance, ride by something. Sorry, guys. Ride by 333 Walnut Avenue. I may purchase that property. Let me know what you think. Ed, you're going to have to email me on that. I don't know. If you're serious about that, email me. KY Philly Diamond Painting and More does not. I put the Ann in there myself. You should have an Ann in that name. Doesn't like sitting in theaters. Dave. Lorie has to see everybody. Yes. Tammy says, I wouldn't call that paranoid. I call that smart, not letting people behind you. Yeah, but it is kind of it affects how I watch the TV, the movie. So yeah, I don't know. And it wasn't always that way. It's when things started changing in the world, that it started that way. And it really went back to 9/11. It started back then. But it's increasingly getting worse. How's my cat? All my cats are fine. I have 4 cats. I'm guessing you're talking about the one that came up that it took to the vet to get shaved, and then she was missing for 2 days. She is fine if that's the one you're talking about. But I do have 4 cats, and they're all doing just fine and dandy. They are all very sweet. Shade, I started to say Shadow. That was his brother. Shade will come up and raise his front legs up, wanted me to pick him up. It's going to email me. Okay. Do that, Ed. The little goat, the little buck is doing better on his leg. He has, yes, KY Philly Diamond Painting, and there should be an Ann in there more. Yes, the goat leg is doing better. But Dad says 4 cats is 5 too many. What was I gonna say? Oh, the buckling. He has got, I think, lice. It's either lice or mites. I haven't gone checking him out. I haven't gone looking for lice. You can see lice, but you can't see the mites. Either way, I got something and treated them. There's actually in the next video, which is, look, I'm moving my videos from Tuesday to Wednesdays, the midweek video, because my analytics on the back of YouTube is showing me that more of you guys, more of my viewers are on longer during the day and on Wednesdays, or the evening rather, more of you. Well, it's really from 9 to into the evening. And so since there's more of you on Wednesdays, it would only make sense for me to move my days to Wednesdays when I upload or make them public or whatever it is. Right now I do have a video uploaded. I'm just waiting. It's scheduled to come out on Wednesday. So it'll come out Wednesday. And I do show the goat, and I do give an update on him, as well as some other things that will probably come up in this live stream, because you guys are really good about asking questions. But oftentimes I've already answered them in the next video. But there's no excuse to not watch the video if I give you the answers in the live stream. There are only 41 people in here. Surely that won't affect 42 people. Surely that won't affect how well the video goes. Axel, Sean, or Amy, I guess it'd be Amy now. What happened with Axel? I don't remember. Let's see. I've always out and about with Dave and Daisy. I've always sat where I can see the door and in the back. But again, I'm a veteran as part of our training. Yeah, it's not part of my training. It's a part of life experiences. Right after 9/11, there were some, and I say right after, it could have been a few years, but there were some movie theater instances that took place. Things got really crazy. 9/11 changed things, and then 2020 changed things for our world forever. And anyway, that's when it. Tammy says, I just go to church on Wednesdays 7 to 8, and then be working midnight to 8. And she's going to watch anyway. So if Tammy can get in there and watch my videos, anybody can. Speaking of church, I have the same problem with church, but that didn't start till 2020. But I do have a problem in church. When I go into church, I know where the exits are. I know whether there are people watching the doors. Like some churches have a plan for stuff to go, that in case stuff goes wrong, they actually have men outside and inside keeping an eye on things. And that started in 2020, because when 2020 hit and the government started telling us, if you go to church, you could destroy the lives of everybody else, then people started threatening churches. Matter of fact, there was one pastor, Rodney Howard Brown in Florida, who he kept his church open. The law tried to tell him to. I say the law, the sheriff, the authorities over there, wherever he is in Florida, try to tell him he had to cancel church. They said that you couldn't even hold church in a parking lot even if you stayed in your car. Some churches went to that, like if they couldn't go in the building and be together because you had to stay 6 foot apart. Some churches held services in the parking lots where the congregation never got out of their own vehicles, and they had loudspeakers for everybody to hear. And but then some places wouldn't even allow that. That does not make sense. It doesn't make sense to me that they would have to sit in their cars, but some places not even allowing that. That's insane. So seeing the attack on the churches by the government and by individuals who have been scared to death by what the news put out, changed how I experience church. And it's very, very unfortunate, and sometimes it makes me angry. But so Rodney Howard Brown, back to that story, that church in Florida, he would not shut the doors, and it became a big thing. And there was going to be, they ended up arresting him. And but then he got out and he held service, and he finally shut the doors of the church because he was getting threats that they were going to, I don't know what to say on here, that they were going to shut the church down, individuals, not law, that they were going to do damage to the people in the church, physical damage. And so he ended up shutting the doors to protect his congregation from people, not a virus. But anyway, it's just the attacks on the churches was insane. Merry Christmas from North Carolina. Thank you, Sue. Let's see, Reba. We have security force in our church, and it's a large church. I think there should be, especially these days, there should be somebody stationed outside, and somebody, look, I don't know where I was. I was at home. And my nephew sent me a text saying I'm in church and there's gunfire outside. And I just said that word. But, and so you don't know. And I don't even remember how that turned out. The cops went after whoever, and I don't think it was related to the church, but it was right outside the church. And so that was so the first thing he thinks, the first thing the congregation thinks, the first thing I think is this is about to be a hate crime, and my nephew's in this church. So like, I don't even know. Crafty Corner Crafting and Katrina says, it's a scary time. My perspective and the way I navigate was changed too. I get it. Yeah. What a wild huckleberry. It's sad that you have to have security team in church these days. Yeah. And in schools. It's not just church, it's schools, malls. My same nephew and my niece and my great nephew, her son, and my brother and sister-in-law were at the mall in Tulsa when there was a shooting, and they were separated because my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, were in a department store inside the mall. And so when the shots were fired, they shut the metal gate down where Scott could not get out to his kids. They ended up running outside, but not before almost getting trampled by everybody else trying to get outside. Turns out that there were two guys, and they were at each other. One died, but it wasn't like coming in and try to take everyone out. It was a conflict between two guys who knew each other. And you're not supposed to even be able to carry anything to protect yourself in a mall. And I do not go to malls. I don't. My pastor did the same thing. Now we are only online. You or your whole church is only online now, because it affected me. They shut down the churches, and then, the next thing I know, when churches open up, I'm looking for a new church, and I still am. I don't go to church every time. I started last weekend. I went to mom and dad's church. Not this weekend. I did not go. And you'll see in the video about that. And then there's another church over here that I've gone a few times. But Judy said she didn't get a notification. Hey, there is Pure Okie, which is JB. Howdy, Lorie. Wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. Love you, girl. Thank you, JB. And JB, if you're still in here, the Okie Homesteading Expo tickets are on sale through December 31st. The link is at the top of the chat. They are $35. Yeah, I saw that in Wisconsin, and there was a few deaths from that. What are you talking about? I am not going to read that out loud, Judy. What are you talking about? I don't know. One Scott, hi Lori. Sorry, I've been watching our high school basketball game. Tammy, I've been trying to say something about God and it won't go through. I don't know why. I have it would be YouTube probably. The words that I have blocked are um you know what? I might need to go back and check and see what I do have blocked, because I did block some words for a specific video that I put out. I wanted to filter when I block them. It doesn't. Well, in the live chat, I won't ever see them, but like on a video, it doesn't like delete them. It sends them back for me to look at before I approve them, and I go through and individually approve comments. But I did a video on Greg, and so there were a lot of comments that I did block, and those I just went through and just approved them individually, because there are some people that can be pretty messed up in the comments, especially when it's come to Greg. And so I probably need to go back through and look at what I do have blocked, and it may be me, but more than likely, except for that, I thought I took care of it, but there may be some more that I need to take care of. But it could also be YouTube just automatically doing it. JB says, I have surgery in the morning. He's showering, hit the sack. Okay. JB, I will be praying for you about that surgery. And Javi will be praying for you. Chestnut Hills Farmstead, late but not a no-show. That's funny. Wait, Jovita, you tell them never late, always welcome, yet everybody else comes in and they need an essay. Who was it? Who was it you told needed a 40-page essay last time? Was that Amy? Oh man, surgery in the morning. Oh, Ed's in and out doing laundry. Ed, don't forget to send me that email though. Yes, JB, we will be praying for you. Those who do pray for JB. Miss Southern Belle says, yes, YouTube does a lot of crazy things. She's JB is what she goes by. And JB, if you're still in here and you want to hand out your name, have at it. But I know that she goes by JB. K Barnes, how is Smiley? Miss that sweet smile. Smiley's doing. He's doing. I got an update video coming out soon. Miss Southern Belle, what is your plans for Christmas? I don't know. With the family, some dinner or something. I don't know. Nobody said anything, but usually we're together. Like we've always been together. So I guess that's where I am. Greg has to work on Christmas. I told you guys he got a job, right? No, I don't have Jesus blocked. You just typed it in. And no, I wouldn't I wouldn't block Jesus. So she did put her name out there. That's cool. How's my boy goat? He is doing better, but I think he has lice um, or mites. But I treated him with something. If it's lice, that'll work. And if it's mites, we'll have to work on something else. Howdy from Texas, Regina. The Crafty Corner Crafting with Katrina is headed to bed. Thank you for coming in. Tammy's asking Chestnut Hills if they went live last night. I think they did like a live Christmas program or something. Joyful Steffies saying good night to Katrina. Yes, Judy. Well, she's telling you her name. Hey, so what? Something else that I wanted to talk about. Kelly is doing brunch on Christmas, opening gifts and grandkids. Is Trump? Man, I hate these glasses. I just looked at myself. Trump is wanting to get rid of daylight savings time. What do you guys think about that? Miss Southern Belle has to do something. Take care of everybody. Thank you, Miss Southern Belle, for coming in. Guys, go check her channel out. She's a really nice lady. She supports my channel a lot. So I have mixed feelings on it. I get why we would get rid of daylight savings time and keep standard time rather than, some people want to keep standard time and get rid of daylight savings time. I think I said that backwards. He's getting rid of daylight savings time. Some people want to keep the standard and get rid of daylight savings. Some people want to keep the daylight savings and get rid of standard time. But everybody, it seems like almost everybody. I've not seen anybody disagree with changing something. They're tired of going back and forth. Why are we doing this anyway? So Peggy's for getting rid of daylight savings, I guess. Jill for Steffi's got to edit a video. Okay, thank you for coming in. Y'all be sure to have thumbs up. Yeah. Reba dislikes daylight saving. Hey, Rock Queen, Rock Hounding. Judy says, for sure I support trumping. Oh, something came up on my thing. Hang on just a second. Support trumping that. I love standard time. Screw the daylight saving time. It screws with my mind and everything. My sleep. It makes me a week. It makes me a good week or two. Takes me a good week or two to get back in the group. Peggy says it's a pain in the behind to remember to change the clocks. Well, at my house, the clocks change themselves. The only thing that's important is my phone waking me up. And so that's the one that changes itself. So I'm good there. But yes, the stove, the microwave, if you have clocks on the wall, Mom's got like a million clocks on her walls. So Kelly is for more daylight. So which one do we get more daylight? Daylight savings or standard? I think it's daylight. I think it's daylight savings. And if we go to daylight savings, now Trump's wanting to keep standard. And I think the reason why I think he's just want to get away from the change. I think the reason why he went with the standard over the daylight savings. I don't know. I didn't ask him. I don't know. I haven't seen, but I had heard that if you change, like there's no law stopping him from taking away daylight savings and going back to standard. But if they they get rid of standard time and go to daylight savings and stay on that, then that will have to be a law change, and it has to be passed by Congress, and it's more difficult to get done rather than saying we're going to go back to standard. There's no laws that have to be changed. That's the way I heard it on some news channel. So I don't know, but if that's the case, I mean, that might be why he's going with keeping standard and getting rid of daylight savings. Let's see. The Wild Huckleberry said, it would be nice to have another hour of light in the fall when I get off work. I am with you, Wild Huckleberry, on that. And in order to have that extra light when you get off work, you have to be on daylight savings time. And I feel like that would be best for me, just for me, to have more light when I get off work. So as it is right now, when I go out and feed in the morning, it's dark. And when I come home in the evening after work, it's dark. And so for if we kept daylight savings time and it was dark longer in the mornings, it would not affect me. But coming home in the evenings, coming from, it's easier to get out of the truck in the daylight, coming home, coming into the house in the daylight, than it is coming from the safety of the house into the darkness. It's easier for me. Plus, if I'm already, done with work, I can stay outside. I mean, I can do things outside. In the mornings, I can't really get anything done besides feeding and watering. I have been going outside later and later, and I do not work as often as I did last year. I have another day off. Sue says, I'll be 70 Saturday. I believe I don't ever remember not having daylight saving time. And that's me. I mean, not that I'm going to be 70, but I don't remember not ever having it. And so when it was first, when during the campaigning and it was first mentioned, I did not want change. I was like, no. Well, why would we change all of a sudden all these years? It's always been this way. But since then, I've had time to think about it. I'm afraid I don't have enough time to think about it and settle it in my mind before they actually get in there and do something about it. Change is hard. Lorie wants it to stay the same all the time. But Lorie, would you rather have daylight savings time all the time or standard time all the time? Kelly says, but like it gets dark here at like 4 in the afternoon. So, Kelly, I don't know where you are. If it's at 4 in the afternoon, if it's 4 in the afternoon, then if we kept daylight savings time, it would get dark at 5. Because we are on standard time right now. This is normal time. We go back to the standard time during the winter. Okay, well, Philly diamond painting and should be more and more. Hope all of y'all have a great evening. I have to go eat dinner. Take care. Thank you for coming in and hope to see you soon. Maybe the government can just mandate the sun stays up longer during the winter. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I hear they can make it rain. We're in chat. It's time for me to call it a night. Stay safe and warm, everyone. God bless. Tammy. Thank you, Tammy, for coming in. Kelly says, I like summer hours. I do too. And it's daylight savings. So if we took away daylight savings in the summertime, instead of the sun going down at about 8, it will be 7. In the summer, we just have longer hours. Lorie says, whichever keeps the daylight longer in the evening, Lorie, that would be daylight savings time. The problem is, it says 98 days until the Okie Homestead Expo. This is true, Ed. Always like the countdown. Carolina Kind Family Homestead says, cheers. Welcome. Judy says, man, I'm confused. I thought daylight savings wood. It's spring forward, which means we will have light longer, and fall back, which means yes, yes. Did I say it backwards? So daylight savings time gives us more light in the evening. If that is that clear as mud? Um, so like in the wintertime, it gets 5, it gets dark at 5. If we keep it on daylight savings all the time, it would get darker at 6. Same thing in the summer, which in the summer we do have daylight savings time, and it gets dark at 8. But if we go back to standard time, it would get dark at like 7, which is still longer than winter, but like it's the winter that's like horrible. The problem is, if we keep the daylight savings time year round, that would mean that our mornings would be dark later. So instead of it getting light at about 7, it'll be about 8. And some of the northwestern states, it would be closer to 9 a.m. before there was daylight. And there are kids going to school. Kids, it's still dark. They're at the bus stop or they're walking to school. I would not have a problem with them opening the schools later. I have a problem with hello, random things I do. I have a problem with school, like in general. I think I think I think the government has our kids too much for too long. They don't. Why do they need to go to school all day? Like, what are they doing? There's lunch, which is kind of necessary. There's recesses, which is necessary. But look, when they get into middle school and junior high and high school, and they're going from class to class, they're for what? Why do you change classes? That's just a waste of time. Why do they have to study art? Like, it should be like an option. There are some options. They want us to they want our kids to have the arts, whether it's, art, or whether it's choir or band or something like that. But I don't think that should be forced on anybody. You go in and you do your math, your sciences, your history, and your English, and get out of there. Like, so there's room to start the days later. It's like when you go to college, the reason it takes 4 years to get a degree is because the first 2 years, they're forcing you to take some subjects that you don't want or don't need in your degree. K. Barnes says some schools are just babysitters. This is true. This is very true. That's the biggest portion. The biggest portion of the day at school is just babysitting, and they're not doing a very good job of it. Government doesn't need to do that. Daylight saving, Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Daylight savings time was first started so farmers could have longer days. So I've been told my whole life. And that's what I was told my whole life. And you know what? I looked it up. I looked it up a couple of times, and I went to some channels because I didn't believe them. But it was started in Germany first during World War One. That's what the internet is telling me. Yes, the internet can lie. Several resources says it was started in Germany, and we followed suit. During World War One, the thought was that it would save on energy, save on the price of energy, the price of coal, and they could direct that more to the war. School is designed to train us to work in factory set. I don't need any training to work in a factory setting. Yeah, I don't know. I really I have a problem with public school system. I really do. I did when I was in school. Of course, things were different. It was coming from a different perspective. But It's just there's too much trouble in between classes where you can get in trouble. Too much time in between classes where you can get in trouble. Yeah, it's crazy. Ellen Moon, want daylight savings time. Made a loaded potato for dinner. Schoolwork is so hard for the kids nowadays. Yes, kids are at school too long. They're teaching trash. K. Barnes says, just my opinion. Reading, writing, and arithmetic is what they need to teach. True that. I think history is very important. It's obviously so important that they're trying to change it. It's hard to. I just history is important. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe as much history as they're teaching, maybe some of that should be on a volunteer basis. Like when you start getting into world history and other cultures and stuff like that, maybe that should be more, of a choice or a what do you call it? What do you call it? These classes you don't have to take, but you have the option to elective or something. I don't know. But you definitely need to know your own history. You need to understand why we do what we do, where we're coming from. Judy, I am thinking of coming to Okie Homestead, but I will have to drive unless I can get a cheap flight. And is there any nice hotels near the Okie Homestead? If you're planning on coming and getting a hotel, you might want to start now. It is in Pryor, Oklahoma. There is Hotel Pryor. I don't know if they have any openings. There's also there are town. Does anybody know near Pryor where the expo is going to be of hotels? I mean, like there's close to there. I know there's Locust Grove and there's Siloam Springs in Arkansas. Well, there's a hotel in West Siloam, Oklahoma too, and when you're looking at it like an hour out from there, if that's not too far, almost an hour, maybe. I don't know. Simply Jan Homestead. Hey, hey. Ed says schools need to teach Jesus. The who is he? Superintendent of schools or whatever. I don't know. In Oklahoma is putting Bibles back in school. But it's I don't think to teach Jesus. It is because he understands how important history is, our history, and schools were. I mean, the Bible had a huge influence on who we are, in our nation, and so I think that's yes, elective, Peggy. I think that's where he's coming from on that. Seems like, but I'm not for sure on that. Peggy. No, it wasn't you. I was thinking of someone else. Bring back the book, Our Country, Land, and State. Bring back the book, Our Country, Land, and State. What is that? Hampton Inn in Pryor, Ed says. What else is around Pryor, though? The Wild Huckleberry says, we do an Airbnb every year. Already have ours for this one. So in case some of you haven't came in late, the link to the Okie Homestead Expo website is up because there is a sale on tickets from today until the 31st of December, the end of this month. And I think they told me it was $35 per ticket. So that's a really good deal if you want to go get that. Have you had to deal with all that taxation stuff going on there? I don't know, Jan, what you're talking about. Maybe not. Carolina Kind Family Homestead, old history book based on U.S. history and the states, not world history. I definitely believe. I mean, world history is important. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know that I think a government should come in and tell parents that their kids have to sit in class and hear world history. I don't know. You have room for rent? Nope. Claremont is not too far. Plenty of nice hotels. Like if you lived in Virginia, you would have VA state history book and a U.S. history book. Uh, um, yeah, and I had a thought there when I read that, but it left me. The Bible was what was taught from when the first schools were formed. Almost all families had a Bible. Did you guys know that? Some of you guys don't read the Bible. Some of you guys don't believe uh, in the Bible. But did you guys know that? And I'll just say that, just acknowledge that I understand that, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that. But I do understand that not all of you do read it and believe it. Some of you read it and don't believe it. Uh, but that the Bible is now, they're having more Bibles. More people are purchasing Bibles now than they have in the past. People are, I don't know, seeing what's going on and saying, "Well, let me check it out." Or if they're not trusting, because everybody, like when I go to church, if I want to pull up a verse, I pull it up on my phone. And what's on the internet can be changed. It can be manipulated. And I guess, maybe people want a hard copy. They want to know for themselves and see for themselves, which is good. I have a lot of Bibles, and when I go to church, I trust them to put it up on the screen, or I look it up on my phone, and I trust the internet. That's horrible, isn't it? World history is important to teach how countries' choices have made their country fall or fail. I can't even read it with glasses on. I think it says fail. I agree. I agree, Peggy. It is important, but not at. I don't think it's something that you should have to graduate high school. I really don't. I mean, I think it should be an option, or I think it could be an option, but I don't know. Sean and a few other channels posted about oh, from the school district. No, I haven't. I will have to go. Is it like what? Well, who are the few others, and when was Sean's posted? Uh, Crystal says I believe in it every word. I do too, Crystal. Chris, and she has one on her phone, and see, even that can be manipulated, changed. I do not know, Jan. Actually, did you make me angry? Did you quit coming in for a while? That'll get it removed. It seems like you were in here, though. I mean, it seems like the last time you were in here, you had one. Yeah, it could be an extra credit course. The world history, or is that what you're talking about, or the Bible? Oh, Jan, I know. Yeah, I saw part of Dutch's. We was out in front of the house. I don't know, remodel house. Simply Jan forgot to pay her dues. I do not, Crystal. I have a private page, and I don't have an LG. I do have an Instagram, LG Homestead Instagram. It's LG underscore uh, Homestead. Jan's funny. I think I don't. I mean, I don't even like. I don't even like Facebook, but I have connections to pages that the people are no longer living. A lot of them. There's a whole lot of them, and I can't. I don't want to let go of it. But I have been on here exactly, well, now 3 seconds over. I've been on here for an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I thank you guys so much for coming in and keeping the chat going. That makes it a whole lot easier to do a live stream. It's more exciting when I get your input and you make it easier on me. But I will be live next Monday unless something weird happens. And look for that video Wednesday. All right. Thank you guys. See if I can end this without doing something weird.